The Trojans will put total leather and will get started. And he's coming out of the end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And guys, as this year has gone on, it has become harder and harder to ignore the excellence that this quarterback is putting out there each and every week.
Well, the secret's out now, and I think at the start of the year, everybody knew this guy was talented. They wanted to see if he could be consistent, though, and David, he's been that through the first half of the season. So now he's got the target on his back. He's got to elevate.
Turning it on! Past the 20. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play there inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. In the red area, it's Johnson. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Ready, go! Pushes ahead. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. He'll do it himself. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. 3rd and goal where the strong come through. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball changes hands, and the offense finds themselves backed up inside their own 10. They'll give it to the back. Hard running there. A solid run there as he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Red pass, it's complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And tight ends aren't just lineup
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with the clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
The Trojans decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away, they did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the catch.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
They're looking to throw on second and short. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Making side adjustments here. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going for it all. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got his man on the right. At the 45 on his play. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Trying to wear down this defense. The 7th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Put the clamps on that ball and strolled into the end zone for a touchdown. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Works ahead for a couple, they'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Makes the catch. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Off play action on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. And the Trojans in a good spot here with second and short. quarter after that fantastic play. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans! Looking for the tie with the extra point. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talk about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They give it to him again. Finding an escape route. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Spits it out to the back. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got it. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Got a man in the middle. Makes the grab, and a nice gain gets it to the 35. 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on 1st down. Complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Under fire. And his throw is incomplete. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. Quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be.
Got enough space. Gets it in there for the touchdown.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills you look for in a big-time target. That's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in CUSA, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Sam Houston is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't hold this off.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Running to Green. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on the passing game.
He smashes his way through again. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The Trojans come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. The inside handoff. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing.
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they forced the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The returner will field it and bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
Gonna take a shot. A full dive to haul that one in.
If you're going to be in the Heisman picture, you got to make plays week in, week out at receiver, and that's what he does. He's a good route runner. He's reliable, and he's got speed to take it to the house. Top 5 in the nation right now in receiving.
Looking downfield on first down. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He might want another play. Gonna swing it on second down. It's complete on the right side. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. Grabbed in the middle. It's Overton. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. Motion from the back. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job of it.
Gets it out fast. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. To the air on 2nd down. Working that left side now. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the 1st without scoring. Wants to adjust the pattern. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. He got it! And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught for the touchdown.
And I like the decision to go for it. I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, they're going to power it in. Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Floats it out in space. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking. Back to pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Jordan. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Fowler. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away.
about the turn of events there? You're going to go play defense. You didn't even have the football anymore, but what do? You scoop it up. You almost put the ball in the end zone. You go inside the 10 and set your offense up. What a momentum swing.
And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Touchdown USC! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Every coach in the country talks about finishing half strong. Man, how about that? You get the touchdown, a chance to tie this game up and take all the momentum into halftime.
And he puts through the extra point. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now they take the lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've had ourselves a really entertaining first half. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
Just about set to get this second half underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down.
Oh, he's got some space. Just what they needed, an explosive elusive playing the running game, and they're out to the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds. The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. He's got the tight end. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Trojans are flying down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll leave it with him. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And this field goal attempt will be a 48-yarder and not straight on from the left side. He splits the uprights. And we've got a deadlock here in the 3rd quarter.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here's the handoff. Finding open areas. There he goes. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Check. The give to the left side. Plows through the defense. Turns it on in midfield. Finally corralled, and not before. He picks up the first down.
You talk about great big plays in a running game like this. This makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and finds a way to get it.
Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly.
Well, I know everyone expected this guy to put up big numbers, but I don't know if anyone thought he could go for over 2,000 receiving yards on the year, but he did with that last catch. Wow.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking for the score. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He forced that one into double coverage. That means somebody else was wide open. Quarterback really needs to be better moving forward, working through his progressions.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And he's in for the touchdown.
How about the day for this young fella? That's a 4-game stretch. Nope, 4 touchdowns in 1 game. He has been the focal point of this offense, and he has not disappointed.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, man. Take a look at how things are playing out. Kent State is currently ahead inside a jam-packed Dick Stadium, but the Golden Flashes have not been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by 7 over Akron. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going. The Trojans will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Here's the return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
They're going to ride this running back.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Breaks into the open. Smashes him with the stiff arm. And no one is going to catch him. Cruises into the end zone for a touchdown.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with an electrifying 45-yard run to the house. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Snag in the middle. It's Simon. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. And the Trojans have their offense in high gear. The corners are walked up tight. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Oh, they're after him. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The RPO, it's complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like that big, reliable security. That's what tight ends are a lot of times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Get it out on the screen. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains. punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They go back to work in the final period of this one.
Pace, 27, John. Ready, go.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Firing to the right, complete. Shows a little move, gets his man off balance, and gets out to the 22. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. And here comes the punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
I think at this point in the game now, in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there, it didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play. So nice job in coverage.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Great place to start for this offense. They'll try the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. First down and that. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Might be changing the route. They'll move the tight end. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got his man. Picks up enough to get the first and 10 from the 11. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. He's got it.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. That score pushes this out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job on the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it. He does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Sets up the screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Trojans are in the hurry-up.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And the offense showing off this short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. They'll go to the air on second and short. Caught. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Trojans are moving quickly down the field.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
Defense was right there, but they couldn't stop him from making the catch, and he's got it to the 30. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Steps away to find some room. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Back to pass on second down. Makes the grab on the left. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Right down the middle. Complete downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
Switch it.
He wants to throw it. Looking to the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking to throw on third and goal. Here's a hit. A fourth-quarter field goal down by this much. That's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on fourth and goal. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. This is quickly turning into a celebration domination, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
The offense changing the play. Wants to throw on first down. He's got him. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got to lead. There's no reason to get concerned. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. He rifles one deep to the left. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. And for the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards, and that's the thing about the defense. Just sometimes it can change in one play. They make the interception, they force the turnover, and hopefully, for their sake, maybe get in the quarterback's head just a little bit.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivation.